What up, Fight fam? So with the upcoming fight between Johnson and King Dad, I just wanted to do a quick breakdown of the fight between Johnson and Wada. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about was Wada taking the back of Johnson. So this was pretty much the whole round, the whole first round. Wada uses the left leg, wraps it around Johnson's back leg, and he's pretty much able to control him and bring him to the ground. He doesn't have no choice, he had to go down. And this is just an excellent display of jiu-jitsu skills by Wada. Even on the ground, he continues to use that leg, and even when Johnson recovers his position here, you can see that he just lifts his leg up and is able to bring Johnson right back to his back. Wada also creates space in order to land more significant strikes to Johnson. You can see him creating space, landing elbows and right hands from the back. And Johnson does realize that his leg is a problem, so he reaches for it and misses the opportunity. And later on down the fight, Wada does the same thing, but Johnson's really good about controlling the hand. So you see Johnson controlling the hand of Wada, making sure that he doesn't get that body triangle again or take the back. Now we're going to look at some of the stand-up techniques that Johnson uses. In the orthodox stance, Johnson's going to double jab towards the inside. You can see the first and the second jab, he's going towards the inside of Wada. And what this does is it creates an angle and an opening for Johnson because he has the center line exposed, so he has more options. And you can see the fight IQ of Johnson here, and he notices that every time Johnson throws that double jab, Wada has to pivot so that way he can take away that exposure of the center line. So Johnson's answer for this is to throw the leg kick, and he does this on multiple occasions. You'll see this one here, the first one. He's going to throw the leg kick, and he lands basically every time he throws it. So he's going to do a double jab here, and then after that, the low kick. Lands every time. Now we're going to be talking about some of the techniques Johnson uses in the southpaw stance. So when he switches to southpaw, what he's going to do is he's going to start playing with the front hand of Wada. And this does a number of things. First thing it does is he creates a rhythmic pattern for Wada to follow. So that way he's able to break the rhythm and catch Wada unexpectedly in order to land more clean shots. You're going to see a few examples of him doing the hand fighting here. You see Johnson extending the right hand out, and he's basically just touching him rhythmatically. It's hard to tell in the pictures too, but here he gets a feel of how far away he is and what strikes he'll need to, or how far he needs to get in order to land shots. So that's an example of him ducking under and landing the right hook. And you're going to see here, this is a great example of hand control. As you can see here, you can see that Johnson, instead of covering himself to block the attack, he's going to place his arm in the crick of the elbow of Wada. And that's going to prevent the shot from coming in altogether. It's an excellent work from Johnson. Just that shows the fight IQ of Johnson. Now here's an example of how Johnson uses the front hand to control the distance. Whenever you have two fighters that are of similar size, the rule of thumb for kicks is that if both people have their hands extended out, that's going to be the kicking distance. So here you're going to see that Johnson knows how far Wada's kick is going to reach because his hand is extended. And so when Wada begins to throw that kick, Johnson knows that he only has to take a small step back to avoid the kick. And here I thought it was interesting that he used both techniques. So in the southpaw, he uses the rhythm break, throws the left hand, and then he steps forward with the left foot so that he turns into orthodox stance, and then moves towards the outside position of Wada to expose that center line. Now this is probably the main reason why Johnson won the fight. He just had more takedowns than Wada did, and when he wasn't controlling the top position, as far as striking and clinching, Johnson also had control of that. So these takedowns will play a significant role in Johnson's victory here against Wada, and throughout the fight basically for the first two rounds, even though Wada did control the first round. And I have to say, Wada was throwing some good strikes from the bottom. His principle before, he was creating distance and throwing the elbows, and Johnson was really feeling those strikes, man. You can see when they broke apart due to Johnson's strike actually, which cut Wada. And Johnson really checked on himself to make sure he was good. And there you have it, just my 2 cents, a quick breakdown of the video between Johnson and Wada. I'm looking forward to the final between the flyweight champions, Johnson versus King Ed. Let me know what you guys think, man. How you think the fight's gonna go? Put a comment on your fight predictions. I think it's gonna be a decision to Johnson. So if you like the video, go ahead and leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.